Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Last time that I did an analysis for Bitcoin was yesterday. Here is a recap of the video that was uploaded to my new channel, OptionsZilla. Looking at Bitcoin on this 4-hour chart, I see a potential for trouble. When Bitcoin spiked up around the middle of October to about 62,000 and then retraced, bounced right back up, established this all-time high, since then retraced, but then bounced up, ran to about 6350. It's almost retested this prior high, get rejected. Now we're looking at the possibility for Bitcoin developing this very bearish head and shoulder pattern. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is the right shoulder, and this is the neckline. So the key here is Bitcoin needs to be able to stay above the 60,000, which is the neckline. Ideally, we like to see Bitcoin gather enough buying support, cross over this top, which is around 64,000, stabilize over that to invalidate this head and shoulder pattern. Because if it breaks down, if Bitcoin drop below 60,000, then we are looking at the potential for the drop all the way down to about 52,000. Looking at the volume, what I do not like is when the price retraces, we see the sell volume pick up. And then when it bounces up, buy volume is very low. That is not a good sign. Looking at the daily chart, after this really nice run up, Bitcoin is beginning to show this sort of fatigue. Hopefully, this is just part of a temporary retracement and that Bitcoin would continue to push up. The key for us is Bitcoin need to trade over the support of this upward channel. A breakdown or drop below 60,000, then there is a very high probability that we would see Bitcoin retrace to as low as around 52,000. Fast forward, this is the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, and the data I have is 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on October the 27th. Last night, Bitcoin broke down and dropped below 60,000, which is right at the neckline of this head and shoulder pattern. So Bitcoin is officially confirmed this bearish pattern. And technically, if the price continue to retrace, we would see something like this. Potentially could take Bitcoin down to about 52,000. Looking at the stochastic oscillator, Bitcoin is definitely in this oversold. So we would likely see some sort of a movement up. If Bitcoin somehow can cross over this neckline at around 60,000 and stabilize over that, then that could invalidate this bearish pattern. Looking at the daily chart, this is the head and shoulder pattern. Price broke down, dropped below the 10 days, then dropped below this neckline, which is also right at the 20 days moving average. It's broke down. So right now, Bitcoin is definitely looking bearish. The key for us to look for is right at around the 60,000. If Bitcoin can trade over that and stabilize over that, then we are okay. But if Bitcoin continue to get rejection at 60,000, then there's a very high probability that this bearish pattern would play out. The first major support would be at 58.5. Breakdown, then we're looking at 56.8, then at 53.7, then eventually at around 52,000, where it would also be testing the support of this 50 days moving average. So that would be the worst case scenario. But the key for us to look for is right at the 60,000. If Bitcoin can manage to get enough buying support, stabilize over the 60,000, then we are okay. That's it for this video, and don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe, and make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at Vietmaxim, because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.